is talking about the importance of being loveful to our brother souls. And you see that it is a long time since we have heard this phrase that we are brothers to each other and there is brotherhood in the world. But that despite saying that there is brotherhood in the world, there isn't brotherhood in the world. And there is violence and slaying and killing and all sorts of stuff in the world. Now, Baba tells us that why we couldn't establish the feeling of brotherhood in the world despite using the term brotherhood is because you cannot be brothers to each other without the Father. And if you don't know the Father, how can you be brothers to each other? And even if you see, there are real brothers in the world who are born of the same parent. If neither of them knows the parent, then how do they know they are brothers to each other? So recognition of each other's as brothers requires recognition of the Father individually. So if you know the Father, then you recognize the brother. Now, Baba tells us that, okay, in the world, even now there are children who don't know Baba, who don't know that they are souls, who don't know their spiritual father. But we do, yes. We know that my parent is Shiv Baba and my home is the soul world, and in that home we lived like a family, and Baba and the brother souls and I lived together in my sweet home. And then I came onto this stage and then I forgot the Father, I forgot that we are brothers playing our roles here. So far so good, but the thing is, we have been away from Baba for very long, and we have been away from the sustenance of the Father for very long. And that is why even when we now technically understand that we are brothers to each other, that capacity of love doesn't come naturally, because all this while we have been in this feeling of us and them. Yes, even within a family, you see, you will see that this is my brother and this is my cousin. So you have this term, this is my cousin brother and this is my own brother. So this is my, and amongst own brother also, this is the good brother and that is the bad brother. And then you start blocking your love at every step. So by the time we reach the end of Kali Yuga, we don't have any love and respect left in our hearts. And although we hear these things that, Baba is our parent and we are brothers to each other, it doesn't translate into action. And by action, I mean there is no expression of spiritual love in our relationship, in our interactions. Now first we have to distinguish between spiritual love and love as we know it in Kali Yuga. Now in Kali Yuga, the love that we know is lust and attachment, and it is not love, or spiritual love if you specify it. So this new thing about spiritual love is also very complicated, because you see, this is something that Baba teaches us, and this is something that we don't know how to express. So when we try to love, we get attached. And then there is lust also sometimes. So Baba tells us that in order to learn love, and in order to tweak the love that you know into spiritual love, you need to have this relationship with Baba. And Baba is the ocean of love. And Baba is the ocean of not lust and attachment, but spiritual love. And in relationship with Baba, when we experience Baba's love, and when we fill our hearts with Baba's love, then we develop the capacity for spiritual love with others. Now, what is Baba's love? You see, first expression of Baba's love is Baba's Murli. So, how do we know Baba? We know Baba through Baba's Murli. Do you get that? That we know Baba through Baba's Murli, because Baba comes and speaks, and he expresses himself through his Murli. So when we start listening to Baba's Murli, we get a glimpse of what Baba's love for us is like. And the first thing about Baba's love is he gives us a Murli every day. Yes, the first thing he does is he is so consistent with his love. He gives us the material to uplift us every day without fail. And every day Baba tells us, Meethe Bachche. Every day Baba looks at us the way we are. Baba reinforces that you are a worthy soul, that you are the soul that uplifts the whole world. You are not weak and seeking. You are not a seeker, or you are not weak. You are somebody that the world is looking up to. So the first expression of Baba's love is constant attention, constant sustenance. So even if we maybe you miss the Murli one day, but Baba doesn't miss giving the Murli one day, does he? No, Baba doesn't ever miss giving the Murli. And that's an expression of spiritual love. And what does Baba do for us? So first thing is, Baba doesn't look at us, at our weakness. Yes, Baba knows our weaknesses. It's not that he is so naive that he doesn't know our weaknesses. He knows our weaknesses, but he doesn't look at them. He looks at our strengths, and he gives us teachings, directions. He even cautions us, but he does all that non-judgmentally and with love. And he encourages us, and he's always directing us to do better, but he's doing that with the energy of acceptance and respect. So that is Baba's love for us. Now you see, when we start seeing Baba through the Murli, and then the second thing that Baba did to show his love to his children was he came. So how did he speak the Murli? He came from the soul world, and he sat in Brahma Baba's body. And through Brahma Baba, he showed acts of love. Yes, and through Brahma Baba's body, you could see God performing acts of love. And he not only spoke the Murli, but you see, Brahma Baba used to play with children. At the age of 60, 65, children used to play badminton. Brahma Baba would play with them. Brahma Baba would celebrate with them all the festivals, and Brahma Baba would prepare, would ensure that Children get toli, children get good food cooked in Baba's remembrance. Children get a clean environment, a pure environment. Children receive power through the Murli, and children receive powerful words and wishes and blessings through the Murli and Brahma Baba's mouth. So these things kept happening. And if you read the history of the Yajna, so books are available online also, and if you want, you can message and I'll send you the links. And if you read the Yajna history, then you know how much Baba loved his children, and as an expression of love, he took care of every child spiritually and physically also. So when we understand Baba's love, and then when we build faith that Baba loves me as I am, and Baba looks at me not as I am, but as I was and as I'm going to be. So Baba accepts me as I am, and Baba has this elevated drishti for me that I am not my limitations, or I am not my current form, but I am much more than I know of myself. And when you start having that faith, then when you sit in Baba's remembrance, you can accurately feel Baba's love. Because you have to, when you sit in remembrance, you feel Baba's love through your buddhi, don't you? So you see, people will tell you that in meditation you connect with the ocean of love. But what is the ocean of love like? That you understand when you read how Shiv Baba conducted himself through Brahma Baba's body, and when you read the Murli and try to understand Baba's love for you through the Murli. Because you see, love is a very tricky thing. You have to recognize it, you have to understand it, pay attention to it. These days, people don't recognize love, do they? People recognize the show of love, they don't recognize true love. Yes, because true love is not all sweet and true love is not like a candy. True love is a lot of things, and if somebody loves you, they will also make you pay attention to your improvement, and they will also caution you against taking the wrong step, and they will do a lot of things to uplift you and encourage you in the right direction. But do we recognize that true love? Yes, or do we, these days you see our buddhis are so, rusted, that we don't recognize true love. And what you recognize is false love disguised as true love mostly, don't you? And if somebody is expressing a lot of false love and they have got no good wish in their heart for you, you recognize that. But do you really recognize somebody who is a well-wisher and who is trying to uplift you and make you do better? Do you have that recognition? And you see, I remember there was this one brother, and he said that I broke friendship with my friend who used to tell me to leave alcohol. And I maintained my friendship with all the friends who used to drink with me. So you see that there is one friend who loves you, one friend who pulls you in the right direction, and then you leave them because you think that's a nuisance and that's a troublesome person, and every day they are asking you to do something that you don't want to do. And then there is another one nudging you in the wrong direction, but because your sanskar is pretty, tamo pradhan or rusted, So you feel that this is genuine love and that is just, irritation and somebody irritating you and troubling you. So Baba loves us, and every day Baba is giving us shiksha, samjhani and savdhani. So he's teaching us, he's giving us understanding, and think about how many ways Baba devises to make us understand that you are a soul and you're mine, and just remember me, and just focus on your goal of becoming a deity. Don't be concerned about the old world, this is anyways going to perish. So every day Baba is telling these things to us and making us understand, and slowly, gradually is hammering it into us. And it takes so much of effort on the part of Baba to do that every day. But he does that, and that's an act of love. And then he also cautions us against Maya. He cautions us. And recently I was just thinking that Baba always tells, and in today's Murli also Baba says that Maya blows and cuts just like a mouse. So, do you know when a mouse bites you, you don't, he keeps biting and you don't even feel it. And I remember there was a small child in our neighborhood when I was, I think, in the 8th standard. And one day he came, and his thumb of the foot was swollen, and it was a very distinct kind of a swelling. And then I asked him, what happened to you? And he said, a mouse bit me. And then I said, but he bit you so much and you couldn't realize? So he said, I don't know, he bit me at the night and I didn't know. So, and when I came into Gyan and I read this, that a mouse bites and he keeps blowing. So he keeps making you comfortable. And then you don't realize that it's a mice biting you. So similarly, Baba always cautions us against Maya. And Baba keeps telling us, you see, Maya comes in this form and that form, and then Maya will just stop your journey, and Maya will distract you, and Maya will not allow you to do Amrit Vela. Maya will take you away from reading Murli, and these are the various forms in which Maya comes. And Baba always gives us a caution against Maya. But do we hold that in our buddhi? Because you see, I have seen Brahmins who keep studying the Murli and keep falling into the trap of Maya. Yes, every day they study the Murli and they fall into the trap of Maya also. So Baba's expression of love is the shiksha, samjhani and savdhani that he is giving. But do we take that love, and do we take that direction that he gives? Do we take that teaching that he gives? Do we take the love that the ocean of love is giving? And or do we just want sweet words, and we just like the sweet things that Baba says? So we like when Baba says that you are meethe bacche, but we don't like when Baba says check for some weaknesses inside you. So when he says meethe bacche, I say, okay, this is me, Baba. And then when Baba says check for weaknesses, I look at the other one, maybe that one has weakness, so Baba is talking to them. I don't have any weakness. So, but Baba is giving everything to us, and that's his love. And we have to take those directions, we have to take those understandings. And in the Murli today, Baba tells something very interesting, that children don't even understand that I'm speaking to them. And Baba is, cautioning us about something, and then you think that Baba is telling that person because that person is making a mistake and not I. And we never look inside and even check whether Baba is talking to me. And this is Baba's love. And you see, love transforms. When you start understanding Baba's love and you start, so Baba's love is in his support, Baba's love is in his appreciation, but the biggest form of Baba's love is the teachings, understandings and cautions that Baba gives. Because Baba is the only one qualified to give that to you. Other people can also, tell you sweet things, but this is the stuff that nobody can give you. So Baba is expressing his love through this method. And then when we take that love of Baba and we imbibe those teachings, we imbibe those understandings, we pay attention to those cautions, then we will be able to, we will be able to transform ourselves. And when we go and sit in yoga, then in yoga you have to feel that Baba loves you wholeheartedly. And Baba accepts you as you are, and Baba really loves you from the heart and embraces you and keeps you in his heart. And that is the kind of love that you have to feel Baba is giving you in meditation. Because you see, when we don't receive love in the world, we lose faith in ourselves. And you see, there are two aspects of not receiving love in the world. One is, it makes you empty of love, so you can't give love to anybody. But the second and another tricky aspect of not receiving love is, you don't love yourself. And you stop having faith and self-esteem in yourself. So you don't have self-esteem because you don't receive love. And when somebody accepts you and loves you, you accept and love yourself. And then you don't want to, change yourself in an egoistic way. You want to transform yourself in a good way and you want to be better. But you don't want to change yourself in an egoistic way. What do I mean by changing yourself in an egoistic way? So you don't want to, based on the body, you don't want to look polished and have a, attractive body and attractive attainments and attractive external persona to fill in that vacuum that you have inside. You don't feel the need to do that. It's not that you remain shabby and ill-dressed. You do whatever is okay, but you are not desperate for these things because you embrace yourself and you love yourself as you are. And you are not affected by people's opinion and you are not affected by people's behaviors because it doesn't make you lose your self-esteem. You know who you are. So these are two aspects of not receiving love in the world. For 63 births, we have not received genuine love in the world. And it's because of that we have such low self-esteem and such low capacity to love. And when Baba comes and we start imbibing his teachings, learnings, directions, and in yoga we start experiencing the love and the respect and the genuine wholehearted acceptance that Baba has for me, and you start soaking in that energy of acceptance and respect. So when you connect with Baba, connect with the faith that Baba is sending you the light which embraces you and makes you feel completely accepted and respected. So this energy, the more you soak it into yourself, the byproduct of it is you start building self-esteem for yourself and you also start building the capacity to love others. And the sign of love is love makes you loveful. Loveful for yourself and loveful for the other. Yes, and in the world, people say love makes you jealous and love makes you, I don't know what else. Love makes you insecure, and these days you see amongst youth, if you talk, love is only making you insecure. And whenever young children, I talk to them, and all the young brothers and sisters, and they will tell me that I'm in love and I'm constantly checking the phone and I have no self-esteem and I have insecurity and this and that. And I tell them that that's not love, because love will not make you feel insecure. Love will make you loveful. Love will make you have self-respect for yourself, which is a sign of love for self, and love will make you respect and accept others as they are. And that is how, when you take the love from Baba and nurture yourself, take Baba's directions and teachings and cautions and work with that, and you soak in Baba's love when you go and meditate, and you try to feel. So when you read the Yagya history also, try to relive those moments. When you go and watch a movie, do you do that? You place yourself in the place of the hero or the heroine and enact that scene in your mind. So when you read the Yagya history, do this for yourself. Just go and feel that, I'm also with Baba, and Sakar Baba is also giving me that palna. And this is a very good method to feel Baba's love. I'll tell you one thing. There is this brother, he's a senior brother in the Yagya, and this brother, he lived with Sakar Baba. Sakar Baba means when Brahma Baba was in the corporeal form before 1969. So this brother, he lived with Sakar Baba, and later he shared his experience once, and the interviewer was asking him, so give us some glimpses into how much you felt the fortune of belonging to Sakar Baba. Okay, so the interviewer was asking this question, and you know what he said? He said that I was young and I played with Baba, I walked with Baba, I ate with Baba, but I did not appreciate that at that time. Because I had no recognition that I'm doing all this with God Himself. But today, when I replay it in my mind, that it was God in this body, and I was eating with Him and I was walking with Him, then I get goosebumps. And he said that, it's all about the buddhi. If the buddhi is not aware, then you cannot feel Baba's, you cannot feel your fortune of even living with Sakar Baba, even if you lived with him. So from that, I picked up that if it's all about the buddhi, then why can't I with the buddhi feel that I also received the love that Sakar Baba gave to his children? I'm born in a different time, that's okay. But if Baba was here, he would give me the same love because I'm that same child. So I started experiencing Baba's love by putting myself in the position of the other children that had the opportunity and the fortune to be with Sakar Baba. And I started feeling that love. So if you do these three things, if you start feeling the love that children felt in Sakar Baba's time, if you through your buddhi, you can do that. And if you start taking advantage or benefit of the love that Baba is giving you today in the form of teachings, understandings, cautions, and imbibing that in your life, And if in yoga you go to incorporeal Baba, to Bab Dada in the subtle region, and you soak in the love and light and the respect and the acceptance and the embrace and the warmth that Baba is giving you, you keep doing that, then what you arrive at is a loveful state. Love for yourself and love for Baba and love for the brother souls. And in that loveful state, you will not hurt anybody. You will not speak bitter to anybody. You will not be like salt and water. Salt and water means never mixing up. Yes, and even if you mix up, it will be bitter. So you will not be in a conflict state with brother souls. You will have that love in your heart to not be in conflict with souls. You will have that love in your heart to not disrespect anybody, to not say ill words for anybody, or to not insult anybody, or to not cause sorrow to anybody. And Baba tells us that, you see, in the world, when people are in conflict, or they are hurting others, or saying ill stuff, that's okay, because that's what they know how to do. But we Baba's children also, if we do the same thing, then that's not okay. Yes, and Baba says, wherever you live, you should be sweet, you should be like kheer khand, you should be like sugar and water. And you see, when sugar and water mix, even if you evaporate it, the sugar will not come out of the water. But if salt and water mix and you heat it, the salt will be left back. So that's the sugar and milk, sorry. It's sugar and milk and salt and water. So Baba says, don't be like salt and water, be like sugar and milk. If you keep eating sugar and milk, will the sugar be left behind? No. So the sugar will not be separated from the milk. So you have to be like sugar and milk, not like salt and water. So Baba tells us that we have to be like this, and if we behave otherwise, what happens when Baba's children also quarrel amongst themselves and speak ill words and insult each other? If we also do the same thing, then Baba says that you bring defamation to me, because whatever the children do, the father is blamed for it. And when you are a BK, what does everybody around you say? Do BKs do this? Is this what they teach you in the class? So everybody will blame Baba when you do something inappropriate. So Baba says you mustn't be like salt and water, you should be like sugar and milk, and you should be like one loving family, and you should have genuine love and respect for each other. But that is only possible when you soak in the love from Baba. And then Baba says, Baba likes these children. And why does Baba want us to have this kind of a loveful relationship? And loveful relationship brings unity. Yes, so when there is love in the heart of brother souls, then you live in a group with unity. And Baba says, why is this unity important? Because you have to carry out the task of world transformation. And you cannot do it single-handedly, can you? It has to be done together. And if you are always at loggerheads with each other, and you are not having that frequency with each other of love and respect, then how will you carry out the task of world transformation? So Baba is telling us that I love the children who carry out the task of world transformation, but the task of world transformation is not carried out just with intent. Just because you want to, you can't do it. You need qualities and virtues. If you are not loveful, you will not be able to handle a big group. You will not be able to handle a big setup. And then how can you do big tasks? So Baba says, I love the children who carry out the responsibility of bringing change into the world, but you have to do that in a group, and for that you need this quality of love, and love binds, and you can transform yourself through the power of love, and you can bind everyone into one group through the power of love. And when you do that, then you can carry out the task of world transformation. Okay, Om Shanti.